seats. We shall be starting in a short while from now. And may I also request you to kindly ensure that your mobiles are switched to the silent or buzzer mode during the course of the event. Thank you so much.
Hundred times oversubscribed, maybe 96 or 97, nervous 90s. So we need one more issue from the group which will cross the century. So with that, once again, I thank the investors for reposing this confidence in this wonderful company and the wonderful group, my colleagues from the investment banking community for working together as a team, and of course the NSE for providing the platform on which this wonderful company is being listed. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and look forward to very good days ahead for investors in Godrej Agrovet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Uday Kotak. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to address all of us, we have the man himself, Mr. Adi Godrej, Chairman, Godrej Group.
Thank you. Dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here today at the listing ceremony of Godrej Agrovet. I would like to thank everyone who made the IPO so successful. There were lots of agencies working on it, the investment banking teams, Kotak, Axis, Credit Suisse, all the other agencies that helped out. And I'd like to particularly thank Pirosha, Balram and Varda, who internally led our team to end up so well. Of course, all the investors who participated in such large numbers. We are listing, fortunately, a day after record performance.
Many people have contributed to make this IPO process a grand success. We wish to thank the bankers, Kotak, Axis and Credit Suisse for their excellent support. Special mention needs to be made for Mr. Ravi and Mr. Dharmesh for their useful insights, advice and guidance at every step of the process. Our sincere gratitude to our lawyers, Cyril Amarchand Mangaldas, Luthra and Luthra, and Sidley Austin for their wise and learned legal support. I would like to mention Mr. Yash, where are you? Who brought a significant change in me. Salesmanship is in my DNA, but he scared me so much on compliance that until 6 months ago I never talked about past, and now I never talk about future. Our special thanks to Carve, registrars for the issue, for very efficiently managing the whole process. Thank you, Concept, for excellent roadshows and a great communication strategy. Not to forget SEBI for their expeditious clearances and permissions. Our sincere appreciation to National Stock Exchange for the listing and the Bombay Stock Exchange also for the listing. My deep gratitude to the Godrej Agrovet team, past and present, and their families for their invaluable contribution in building this company. Our auditors, Kalyaniwala and Mistry, and our new auditors, BSR and company. I do not know why they don't call it KPMG. I wish to thank Mr. Irani and Mr. Mehta, who have been with us for a long time, and Mr. Jamil now, who is going to take us forward in this journey. Last but not the least, the IPO team, led by Pirosha, comprising Mr. Vardaraj, Mr. Vivek, and Mr. Sandeep, for their extraordinary effort to get the job done. Pirosha, I must also mention that you generated a scorching pace, and that is why we saw the whole process getting completed in a very short time. Thank you very much all, and Jai Hind.
to give it to all of us. Please put your hands together for Mr. Dharmesh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Axis Capital, I take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Adi Godrej, Mr. Pirosha Godrej, Balram Yadav, Mr. Vadrajan, and the entire team of Godrej Agrovet for an immaculate offering in the Indian market. On behalf of my investment banker colleagues, Uday Bhai, Mickey, I think it's been a very proud moment for all of us to lead this IPO and the kind of success we have seen. And actually, that's what determines, and that's what we say, that is why people invest in Godrej Group, and that's the brand they carry. So a big, big congratulations to everyone at Godrej. This has been the largest IPO from one of the most respected conglomerates in India, and the Godrej Group also attained a QIB subscription, as Uday Bhai mentioned, at 155 times. And this is an old age belief that there's no scarcity of investors when a marquee company gets listed in India. The management team has worked tirelessly throughout the whole process and completely deserves the splendid offering, especially Vardaraj and Balram. How much have we harassed, we know, for the kind of meetings they have done. And I'm sure even in the sleep right now, you'll be talking about the presentation. And as you said, about the past, not about the future. And who says that the firecrackers are banned in India? I think so you're going to see a great listing today. And congratulations to everybody, and happy Diwali to everyone.
Thank you, sir. We still have another 8 minutes to go. I'm going to invite Mr. Mickey Doshi, Managing Director and CEO of Credit Suisse India, to share his insights on Godrej Agrovet Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Mickey Doshi.
Morning, everybody. Less insights on Agrovet, more insights on, I think, the family as well as the management. When we went to pitch for this IPO, like all investment bankers have to do, we all said we were number one in some way, shape, or form, which we all lie each time we go. But Pirosha ended the meeting by saying, in case the issue devolves, would you be willing to step up and underwrite the issue? And my reaction to that was, and being in a global firm, you normally need to call up half the system. You can call up Hong Kong, Singapore, the Pope, everybody. And without blinking, I said, yes, we're willing to underwrite that issue, knowing full well two things. One was a team, and two was a family. And I think actually, I have to say that's exactly the result why we've had this 95.49 or 96 times oversubscription. It's a brand which I know, as Pirosha said, personally, and the management which our team got to know over the last couple of years of interacting with them, Varda and Balram, is top-notch, and that's the reason for the success. Balram, congratulations. This is absolutely a fabulous job to you and your team, and really was, I know, and I will admit it publicly, there were some hiccups during the process. Speaking of harassing you, I think probably more than Ravi or Dharmesh, my team was harassing you the most. Thank you again for staying with us, and congratulations for a rocking launch in a few minutes. Happy Diwali to all. Thank you.
Time is so crucial out here. We still have another 6 minutes to go.
Delivery, almost, I think the date we set out 1 year ago was actually literally the date we achieved, and we hadn't put really any buffers in that. So I think under Balram's leadership, of course, the team, I think Varda, Vivek, Sandeep, all have had many sleepless nights to make this happen. I think all our partners in the room today have gone the extra mile, and I think it's been a great pleasure being part of that kind of a team. And I think that spirit of collaboration, that spirit of excellence, is what got us here today. So again, my third or fourth thank you to to all of you. I think it is a tremendously exciting time for the company, an exciting time for the group. And I think the thing that's most exciting really is that we're closing a very successful chapter in Godrej Agrovet's history, the chapter
3, 2, 1, and there we go. Godrej Agrovet Limited gets listed. Wow. To celebrate this momentous occasion, NSE has organized a cake which will be cut right away.